video, we are going to be talking about an extra deck engine so good, it might just take over the meta. And of course, you guys saw from the title, it is going to be the Magistus Extra Deck Engine, guys. I'm going to be talking about the ins and outs, as well as a pretty cool combo. Now, if you're a fan of the video, of course, guys, like, comment, subscribe. We're like 10 subscribers away from 7,000. I will be announcing a giveaway very shortly, guys. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Alright guys, so now we are quickly going to be talking about the Magistus Extra Deck monsters. The reason I'm saying Extra Deck is, again, you guys can see, I have the highlighted, and I have some of the main deck monsters as well. They just don't work too well within the Centurion deck, because you really want your normal summons in that deck, just to have additional starters, and these cards don't really assist in starting them and things of that nature. But again, guys, ignoring all the main deck monsters, we will be talking about the Extra Deck, and the main Extra Deck monster that kind of brings everything together, whoa, I can't speak English, together, is going to be Zoroa, the Magistus Conflagrant Calamity. It's a crazy name for an even crazier card. This card says 1 spellcaster tuner plus 1 non-tuner spellcaster. And if you see right here, I'm going to quickly bring up the Centurion. The only tuner the deck has is a spellcaster again. So note that it's 1 spellcaster tuner plus 1 non-tuner spellcaster monster. Now this card states this: if this card is synchro summoned, you can equip 1 Magistus monster from your extra deck to this card. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same card type, be it fusion, synchro, XYZ, and or link, as a Magistus monster card in your spell and trap card zone. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 Magistus card you control, destroy it, and if you do special summon this card. Now, that second effect is almost never going to come up. I mean, there is a really niche example, and I will explain it as I get into the cards, but note that his main example is this. He's a level 8 synchro, generic synchro, because you have a level 4 spellcaster tuner monster. He is a generic synchro monster that the deck can utilize, and on synchro summon, he equips 1 Magistus monster from your extra deck, and then while you have a Magistus monster in your spell and trap card zone, monster opponent control cannot activate the effects of the same type, and he is a 2900 beater, beefy like that. So guys, moving on to the cards he can equip. The first card is going to be Varam, the Magistus Divinity Dragon. Now, I don't know, I'm hesitating on these cards, but this card says this: while this card is an equip card, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by opponent's card, spell, or trap effect. So note that they also have the additional effects where while they're equipped, they give this guy a nice little effect. So again, 2900 if he is equipped, they can't use synchro effects, and they also have this guy as well, is while he is equipped, cannot be destroyed by opponent's spell or trap card effect. So a very annoying card to deal with. He also has the additional effect where he says, if this synchro summon card is destroyed, you can destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls at the start of the damage step. If the monster this card is equipped to battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy that monster's effect. Now note, bottom text, right? Very important, especially in Yu-Gi-Oh, because people don't read bottom text. So not only does Zoroa become a Floodgate 4 synchro monster where they can't activate their effects, but he also cannot be destroyed by spell and trap effects. And also it says at the start of the damage step, if the monster this card is equipped with battles an opponent's monster, so he doesn't have to be attacking, he can also be attacked, you can destroy that opponent's monster. So again, it is really, really good, especially at the start of the damage step. So again, it's kind of like the construct thing where you just kind of pop card, so it's really good. Make sure you look out for this. But now moving on, guys, we will be talking about the other extra monsters. You guys notice that there are 2. This one I believe is the better one, but this one is pretty good as well. So again, this card says we don't care about the XYZ effect, we only care about this. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of the turn. So again, very legit in what he does. You can only use this effect once per turn. So not only does it become a Floodgate for XYZ monsters, maybe like a Zeus, maybe like a Typhon or something like that, you know what I mean? So he can still have the effect where you can use its effect to go ahead and negate a monster, which is really good. But the main one people I have been seeing using is going to be Nina Ruru, the Magistus Glass Goddess. I don't know why their names are crazy. This one is Rulona, the Wondrous Magistus. I feel like DB Grinder. I can't pronounce anything, but this one has the effect where it says, while this card is equipped card, the equipped monster can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. You can only use each effect once per turn. Blah blah. You can detach a material. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can target 1 Magistus card in your spell and trap card zone, and 1 spell trap card destroy. Right. So I think that she can use her effect to equip to go ahead and pop, kind of similar to like a Diamond Direwolf or like a Scrap Dragon. So that is pretty legit in that regard, like an Archfiend Eccentric. So again, he becomes a Floodgate monster. He can make 2 battle attacks, really good. And then one is going to be Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden. Now, I'm sure you guys are familiar with this card. This card came in CR. It's 1 level 4 lower spellcaster. We don't care about this effect, right? But the only one we really care about is that if Floodgate's links, and links are pretty good in this format here. So it says, again, if another Magistus monster is normal special summon, you can switch. And then while this card is equipped, you can add 1 Magistus monster and once per turn, blah, blah, special summon once per turn this way. So again, this one, it's not that good in my opinion in terms of the effect. But Artemis is really good because you can actually link Primera into Artemis because it's 1 level 4 lower. And then you can technically use Zoroa's effect to pop to Reborn Zoroa, and then he also has like the other unique effects as well, where you can like Reborn, things of that nature. So I mean, it's not bad. And then again, we play the one Iwas, the Magistus Spell Spirit. This card says while it's in equip, the equip monster gains 1,000 attack and defense. Pretty good. And then during the main phase, blah blah, we don't care about fusion effect. And then this card has the other effect where you can only use each effect once per turn. Blah blah blah. If this card is equipped to an opponent's monster by this effect. Okay, so the other effect doesn't really matter. So the main thing to remember is when Zorora hits the board, he floodgates synchro monsters, XYZ monsters, link monsters, and fusion monsters. The synchro monster technique gives them like a little better effects as well. But that's it for like whatever. A quick little breakdown of it. Now I'm gonna quickly just show you guys a combo and the applications that it can use. Alright guys, so now we're just quickly going to show you guys a combo sequence, I guess that you could say. So again, a lot of the decks combos are going to be one card combos again, of course, things of that nature. But again, I will show you guys the reason why you play it. So again, it's gonna be Primera plus like your 4 non-engine that this deck always opens. So again, we're gonna do the same thing where normal Primera, go ahead and get stand up discard, get Trudea, and then use Trudea's effect to get Emmet, and then Trudea puts herself, Emmet summon, synchro into Legacia, go ahead and draw 1, scale 1, so it goes ahead and gets Primera during the end phase. Then when your opponent does anything in the main phase, you know how they all work, so they fire each other off. So this is gonna summon, this is gonna summon, and the reason why I'm saying this is there are a lot of counter cards to Calamities. Calamities can miss timing, things of that nature. I'll make a separate video if you guys are interested in it. So the reason why it's important to have this other extra deck engine is you can change your plays depending, right? So if you're playing against a, let's say, a synchro based deck, maybe Sword Soul, this deck works very well. Whoa, I can't speak English. This deck works really well. If you play against fusion decks like Shadal, branded, things of that nature, you can go ahead and fuse away. So again, it'll be Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, so Primera gets you your bonds or your faith, so you have the follow-up play for next turn. Then on top of that as well is if you're like, oh, you know what, maybe it's not that good, maybe I need to play around other cards, things of that nature, Calamity, you know what I mean, or if it gets interrupted or whatever, then you actually have this as an alternate play, or just as a grind game play. So maybe if they play a lot of board breakers, or maybe you just can't OTK Calamity, whatever, you can go ahead and summon Zorora. Then depending on what your opponent plays, you actually can go ahead and equip Varam, so now we synchro lock him. On top of that is he is protected by spell and trap card destruction, so it's a little niche effect that you can use against decks like Labyrinth. On top of that as well, you can go ahead and equip Iwas, who can go ahead and fusion lock our opponent, so now they can't use it. So again, he's like a little baby D-Bear where you can't use the effects. Of course, Artemis is really good in this deck as well, being able to get Centurion Boy in the graveyard, and then you can also use Nina Ruru to go ahead and lock our opponent out. So of course, you guys can see how it is a very, very easy deck to kind of utilize, I don't know the word, utilize these monsters, kind of floodgate our opponents and things of that nature. So that's why I was saying, guys, that I believe that this is going to be an extra deck engine that you must watch out for. It might even just take over the metagame, who knows. Being able to floodgate is absolutely crazy. We can look at cards that kind of do this sort of thing as well. So I mean, you know, but that was it for my video, guys. If you liked the video, of course like the video, comment what you guys want to see next, subscribe, check all the links, follow the Instagram. My name's Hamza, like I would say, guys, keep on shining, never on jeans. Peace.